Once upon a time, in a small village by the sea, there lived a little girl named Sophie. Sophie loved animals, especially dogs, and had always wanted a puppy of her own. One day, while she was playing in the park with her friends, Sophie saw a little white puppy with big brown eyes running around, looking lost and scared. Sophie ran over to the puppy and tried to catch it, but it was too fast and kept running away. She decided to follow the puppy and see where it was going, hoping that it would lead her to its home. As they walked through the village, the puppy kept looking back at Sophie as if it was trying to tell her something. Sophie felt like the puppy wanted her to help it, so she kept following it until they reached the edge of the village. The puppy led Sophie to a big, old house that was abandoned and covered in vines. It ran up to the front door and barked, as if it was trying to tell Sophie that this was its home. Sophie was a little scared to go inside the old house, but she knew she had to help the puppy. She pushed open the door and followed the puppy inside. The house was dark and dusty, and it smelled musty. Sophie could barely see anything, so she pulled out her flashlight and turned it on. The puppy ran ahead of her, barking and wagging its tail. As they explored the old house, Sophie saw that it was full of old furniture and broken objects. She followed the puppy up the stairs and into a room that seemed to be its bedroom. There was a small bed with a blanket on it, and a toy bone next to it. Sophie realized that the puppy must have been abandoned in the old house, and had been living there all alone. She felt sad for the puppy, and decided to take it home with her. She picked it up and carried it back to the village, where she showed it to her parents. Sophie's parents were happy to see the little puppy, and they agreed to let Sophie keep it. Sophie named the puppy Lucky, because she felt lucky to have found such a sweet and loving companion. Lucky became Sophie's best friend, and they did everything together. They played in the park, went on long walks, and even had sleepovers in Sophie's bedroom. Sophie loved Lucky more than anything in the world, and she knew that Lucky loved her just as much. They were the happiest they had ever been, and they knew that they would always be there for each other, no matter what.